Okay, RWBY, Volume 6, Episode 7. We are at the halfway point of Volume 6, and this has been banger after banger. And this episode is definitely my favorite one so far, this volume. It had everything. And I'll tell you what it had. As we get into the three parts, we have Episode 7, the Grimm Reaper. We have the first part that we'll get into right now. So we start off in the vault of the Spring Maiden. Cinder has brought Neo back there, and she's just finished explaining, presumably, everything to Neo. And she's like, yeah, Salem wants RWBY dead, but we want to kill, or Salem wants RWBY alive, but we want to kill her. So since you don't work for Salem, how about you just kill RWBY? And then I go back to Salem like, whoopsie daisy, she's dead. And she's like, come on, it's a perfect loophole, because those never go wrong for Cinder. Cinder has always just consistently strayed from the plan, and it's always worked in her favor. Always. Nothing has ever backfired. No one has ever double-crossed her before. It's always gone well for Cinder, so I cannot see this going any differently. But, okay, in all seriousness now, Neo is not dumb. She may not be able to speak, but she is not dumb at all. She sees through Cinder so hard, and Cinder is honestly kind of stupid for thinking that Neo is just going to be like, oh yeah, kaposh. No. They shook hands, apparently, like, oh yes, we do understand each other. It's like that scene from SpongeBob, where SpongeBob and Squidward are shaking hands, but in their minds they're both like, the second he stops shaking my hand, I'm gonna make a break for it. That's where Cinder and Neo are right now. So they're gonna go get RWBY, and yeah, sure. Then we cut to a flashback of young Maria Calavera. She's looking pretty good. She has like the cool mask. She has like the Grimm Reaper hood. And yeah, back in the day, Maria was known as the Grimm Reaper. So Maria's kind of like walking across this bridge, young Maria that is. And then this big old Nevermore just comes crashing through. And we see Maria has two weapons. They're both like little sickles that have gravity dust in them that can like make it so like she throws it and then she can call it back or something like that. It's pretty cool. A really interesting use of that kind of dust. So Maria, her and the Nevermore can like fall down the bridge into the cavern, and she loses her weapons, and so she has to silverize the Grimm, the Nevermore. Pretty easily, might I say, and it turns to stone, then it crumbles, and she's like, haha, I am Maria, and I have beaten the Grimm. Time for me to go about my way. But then, some assassins roll up, led by the number one character, the best character so far, of this volume at least, Tock. Tock is a crocodile faunus, and she's got like these metal sharp teeth that are like screwed into her. Her faunus tray is like all the crocodile scales, and she's got this like Cockney accent. She's like, haha, love, what's going on? I'm not gonna do the accent, but she's like, haha, it's me, Tock, and I'm here to kill you. Nah. And so Maria's like, alright, bet. So she starts, Tock, before the fight, Tock's like, this is the last 60 seconds of your life. And she has like this little clock, and she's just like, ding, and throughout the entire fight, you see the clock ticking down, and allegedly, Tock's semblance during 60 seconds, just invincible. You can't kill her, because that's fair. There's gotta be parameters on that. Like, that's gotta be like a daily thing. Like, that's so unfair. But anyway, push comes to shove, Maria bodies like all the assassins, but except for Tock, who like knocks off her little mask and then cuts Maria's eyes out, like in just one swift little slash, instantly, right as the 60 seconds is up. And Tock's like, that was a close one, I'll give you that, but I'll let you live, because my master said to only go after you because of your eyes, but because you ain't got them no more, I'll let you live if you beg for your life. And then Maria like throws her sickle, and Tock just like dodges it, and she's like, you're even a fighter to the end, I respect that. But then Maria uses like the gravity dust to call it back, and it stabs Tock on the back, and then Maria just cuts off Tock's head. And yes, and that's how Maria was blinded. Pretty interesting. I will say, Maria's really good against Grimm. Kind of trash against humans, not gonna lie. But that's fine, like, RWBY is pretty good against Grimm, but kind of trash against humans, admittedly. So maybe it just runs in Silver Eyes. But, so then Maria's, like, cut back to them, like, on the motorcycle in the back of the wagon, driving through the snow forest. Maria's like, yeah, it was pretty crazy. I lost my eyes. I just kind of went into hiding after that, after I got these surgery. And then Crow was like, bro, I used to look up to you. You were the Grimm Reaper. That's so crazy. And Maria's like, well, you're a disappointment, so you're pretty much there. Kind of a self-diss plus a diss on Crow. Those are always fun. But then, they get to, like, the top of a hill, and Yang's like, guys, we're in here, and they look and they see the city of Argus, which is like basically just snowy San Francisco, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Like, I cannot tell you how beautiful Argus looks. And so then Ruby gets like a call from John because they're finally in Signal, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we're at Argus now. Let's meet up." So they meet up in Argus, and then the most beautiful scene plays out. Like, they go to Argus, and then Nora just tackle hugs Oscar, Yang and Ren hug, Blake and John hug. It's so beautiful because it's like these characters haven't interacted that much, and but still to like see them hug each other and relief upon seeing each other just really builds and shows how much they really do care about each other. Even like just that one scene speaks volumes. And so John and them starts telling him about how like Argus is kind of on like gets help from the Atlas military, but things are kind of on the fritz with the whole closing borders thing that Ironwood put into act. By the way, can I just say I love that so much that like that little tidbit of Ironwood in Volume 4 has had so much impact on the story. Like, I don't know, I just find that really cool. But, you know, they're taking like a little like trolley through town, and they're talking, and then they get off, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, where have you been staying if you haven't been able to get into like the military base here?" And then we see John's sister, his oldest sister, Saffron Coda Arc, and she has a little baby named Adrian. And then they go back to her house, and there's talking and everything. Turns out John and Saffron are the only Arc kids who live away from home. And it's pretty cool, pretty interesting tidbit. And then we get introduced to Saffron's wife, Terracotta Arc, and they're like, "Hey, you sure it's okay if we stay here with you guys?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, no, it's chill, you know, because you guys risk your lives for us. It's only nice that we give you hospitality." And then Terracotta Arc gets like a call on her cell phone. I know it's a scroll. Why did I say cell phone on her scroll? And apparently Terra is a technician for the tower there in Argus, and apparently it's been on the fritz lately, and Terra's getting blamed for it. I don't know if that's going to come up later, but I don't think it was a throwaway line either. We'll have to wait and see about that. Yada yada boom boom. And so then Ruby and Crow and Oscar and Maria, they all like try and go to the military base themselves, and immediately they're just shut out, and the episode ends there. All in all, this is one of my favorite episodes. Just like great humor, action, narrative, the story progressed. It was just everything was there, and everything worked. Introduction of John's sister and her wife and their son, Tock, young Maria, the Grimm Reaper was amazing. Argus itself, just all around great stuff. Now, going forward, I have some things I'd like to discuss about this episode. One, we're halfway through this volume. We don't know what Adam is doing, and I am terrified. Because he was built up in like the first episode and the Adam character short, but other than that, we haven't seen him, and I don't know what this man is up to, and it's horrifying because I know what he's capable of. Oh no, I don't like this one bit. Not at all. Oh no. He's got to be doing something. He's got to be heading to Argus. The train theory is presumably gone. Like, the theory that Adam was on a train is presumably out the window, seeing how John and them have made it safely to Argus. If he was going to attack them, it would have happened by now. Unless he just, like, is just chilling in Argus somewhere, which I don't think. Unless he's just chilling in Argus somewhere, I don't think he was on the train ever. So, you know, like I was saying before, the Bastion of Predictions has predicted once again, because I'm always right. I'm never wrong. I always get everything 100%. So watch me predict some more. So, I think Cinder and Neo are on their way to Argus now, because they know like that's where the team is heading thanks to Miss Malachite. They're going to get there, and maybe Adam is going to be there. Either Adam is going to be like meeting them up there, he's already going to be there. Don't know. But I think that those three, Neo, Adam, Cinder, are going to be like the main three that we're going to have to fight this volume. Salem, Emerald, Mercury, Watts, and Hazel and Tyrion, they seem to have been kind of taking a back seat this volume. We've only saw them like one episode and never since, which I think that's really interesting. I think we're going to be seeing them a lot again, or at least I hope so, because I want to know what they're up to. Last time we heard of Salem, she was talking about the Sword and Vacuo, not knowing that Ruby and crew and the Relic were heading to Atlas, so maybe they're going to be there too. But then again, Ruby and them aren't in Atlas right now, they're in Argus. We'll have to wait and see. What else is there? So, the villains have kind of been, like, chilling out this volume, and that's scary. Like, that's very scary. I don't know what they're up to. I don't know what Miles and Carrie have planned for us, but I'm not looking forward to it. If it's anything like the Battle of Haven, where everything just goes wrong, just like the Battle of Haven was great in my opinion. I liked it, but like everything just went wrong for them there. Like at least in the beginning, everything turned out right, but I don't want it to be like everyone's happy and then everything just starts falling on top of them like it was in Volume 3 and Volume 5. I just want them to be happy. I think a smaller scale battle will be good for a finale. Like we do have a lot of characters, so maybe like Cinder, Adam, Neo versus like Team RWBY. That'd be fun. I'd like that. I think that'd be really cool. But we'll have to wait and see. Another thing I wanted to harp on was I really liked Saffron and Tara's inclusion in this episode. Like, it was just completely relaxed, completely normal, completely just... That's what it is, really. It's just normal. And I love that they didn't even try to, like, push it down our throats. It was just, hey, that's my wife. Cool. And they kept on moving on. I love stuff like that, because it normalizes it. And that's always good. So... I want to, again, props to RWBY, props to everybody who works on it. Light, sound, art, writing, everything is on point. Animation, y'all are killing it this volume. And when y'all said Volume 6 was going to be a banger, y'all weren't kidding. Like, this is going good. We're halfway through Episode 7. Here we are. We are here. Hopefully, let's keep going strong.